ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासम् शरीरं मे विचर्षणम् जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवम् ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः मेधा देवी जुषमाणा न आगाद्विश्वाची भद्रा सुमनस्य माना त्वया जुष्टानुदमाना दुरुक्तान् बृहद्वदेम विदधे सुवीराः त्वया जुष्टऋषिर्भवति देवी त्वया ब्रह्मा गतः श्रीरुतत्वया त्वया जुष्टश्चित्रं विन्दते वसुसानो जुषस्वत्र विनो न मेधे मेधां महीन्द्रो ददातु मेधां देवी सरस्वती मेधां मे अश्विनावुभावा धत्तां पुष्करस्रजा अप्सरासु च या मेधा गन्धर्वेषु च यन्मनः दैवीं मेधा सरस्वती सा मां मेधा सुरभिर्जुषत स्वाहा आमा मेधा सुरभिर्विश्वरूपा हिरण्यवर्णा जगति जगम्या ऊर्जस्वती पयसा बिन्वमाना सा मां मेधा सुप्रतीका जुषन्ताम् मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मय्यग्निस्तेजो दधातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयीन्द्र इन्द्रियं दधातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि सूर्यो भ्राजो दधातु हंस हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंसः प्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात् स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
ॐ Om Gangadaye Namaha. एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Om Sri Sai Ram. Loving pranams at the lotus feet of our most beloved Lord Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba Varu. It is indeed a matter of great blessing for me to invite you all to this divine satsang being organized by Sri Sathya Sai Samyukta Shruti Shreni in the form of Gama, ãgama lecture series on the topic Vedas, the foundation of Indian culture and spirituality. This is the 30th episode, and this event is being organized by Samyukta Shruti, Sri Sathya Sai Samyukta Shruti Shreni under the banner of Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organization, India. Today we have with us a very pious, noble, and highly devoted soul, Sri Sachidananda Nayak ji, to share with us his learnings on this topic through several years of his penance and dedicated service at the lotus feet of our beloved Lord Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba Varu. Few words about our esteemed and learned and humble speaker, Sri Sachidananda Nayak ji. Sri Sachidananda Nayak ji is an ardent devotee of Bhagwan Baba and has been blessed to be in Swami's fold since 1970. He is a multifaceted personality as an author, translator, and an orator. With the divine blessings, he spearheaded the momentum as the district president in the western Odisha with devotion and dedication. When the organization was abuzz with activities, he was at the forefront of it. Later, he served as the state coordinator for Sri Sathya Sai Educare and followed it by state service coordinatorship. Currently, he is a state resource person and also the in charge of Prajna Pradarshani. He has authored and published more than 25 books. Some of his books are Gita Rahasya, Sri Rudram with inner significance of mantras, Chamakam with elaborate explanations of mantras, Balvikas to lokavikas, 5 teaching techniques of Balvikas, holistic parenting, Medha Suktam, Nila Suktam, etc. On the academic and professional front, he holds bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering that was received by him way back in 1965. He served in the government of Odisha and retired as superintending engineer. He is the recipient of Sachidananda Memorial Award by the Institute of Engineers, Odisha branch. Today, we have with us Sri Sachidananda to share his learnings on the inner significance of Sri Rudram. Now, I invite Sri Sachidananda to take over and share his rich experiences. Om Sri Sai Ram.
श्रुतं मे गोपाय
मंगलम गुरुदेवाय मंगलम ज्ञानदायिने मंगलम प्रतिभासाय मंगलम सत्यसायिने Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. My humble salutations at the divine lotus feet of my Lord and Master, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, for having given me this opportunity to speak a few words to my respected sisters and brothers on the subject worshipping the universal form of Sri Rudra. When you look at the cosmos in which you live, its diversity, multiplicity and difference draws our attention. These appearances are also observed to be changing every moment, ãgama, paina, amitya. Due to ignorance, when we accept these appearances to be real, we get caught up in the wave of duality. Heat and cold, pleasure and pain, rise and fall, etc. Shruti Shastra Krishna Yajurveda prescribes us Rudropasana in the form of Yajna, Homa, Agnihotra and Abhisheka by chanting Sri Rudram with faith and devotion so that we can purify our heart and be liberated from the clutch of duality and enjoy the state of equanimity, samatva. It is my prayerful intention that we need to understand the inner significance of Rudra Upasana that will change our attitude and approach towards the world we live and inspire us to be engaged in activities that can bring peace and happiness for all. Lokaha samasta sukhino bhavat. But what is the path to such understanding? Shruti Shastra, while describing the divine form of Sri Rudra, provides us illuminating information in this area that helps us in this understanding. The first information is Vishaskanda Samarudham Uma Dehartha Dharinam Amritena Aplutam Santam Ditya Bhoga Samanyutam. White shoulders signifies his might. He shares half of his body with Goddess Uma. He is embodiment of immortality, tranquility, and endowed with divine enjoyment. The second illuminating information is devata samajuktam sura asura namaskrutyam. He is surrounded by the gods and worshipped by both the gods and wicked ones. The third illuminating information is nityam cha sastutam shuddham dhruvam akharam abhyayam sarva bhavinam isanam rudram vai vishwarupinam. He is eternal, he is perennial, pure, steady, unchanging, and undecaying. Indeed, Lord Rudra has got a cosmic form that envelops all forms. From the above three mantras, one can be inspired to conceive that cosmic consciousness and cosmic energy has come bound as the universal form of Sri Rudra, the Vishwarupa, for the expression of love and experiencing love. Ditya Bhoga Samanditam. But his real form is Akharam, Abhyayam, Adrisham, the emptiness, the Vishwaswarupa, what Bhagavan tells us. It is very much essential to understand the secret of this emptiness, so that our worship to the real form of Rudra will be successful. It was an unique sacred moment when some dear students of Swami, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, were sitting at his lotus feet for spiritual illumination. Bhagavan looked at them lovingly and told, students, before trying to understand divinity, try to understand the universe itself. What is this universe? The Brahmanda. What is meant by Vishwaswarupa? The real form of the universe. Then he went on. The universe is made up of galaxies, constellations, sun and moon. The emptiness within is known as Vishwaswarupa, the real form of the universe. There in this emptiness are studied the galaxies and constellations. After considerable investigation, man has discovered things about matter and energy. But in my view, there is nothing like matter in this universe. Everything is a temporary form of energy and suffused with it. In one instance, this energy is turned into matter. In another, it is turned into energy. This energy destroys the previous matter. It creates new matter. This is called the nuclear process. But the emptiness means the vast space filled with unseen and infinite ocean of Sachidananda in which the universe floats. This is very important. Bhagavan stresses it. The emptiness means the vast space filled with unseen and infinite ocean of Sachidananda in which this universe floats. Lord Krishna in Srimad Bhagavad Gita also says the same thing. Maya tat midam sarvam jagat vyakta murtina astani sarva bhutani nataham tasva vastitaha. Just as seawater transformed into ice floats on the safe sea, so all the world of names and forms that floats on my Nirakar form. I am the unseen basis and essence of all that exists. When Lord takes a will that he should become many, So the names and forms appear and they float on his Nirakara form. We have discussed till now that the entire universe floats on the vast space filled with unseen and infinite ocean of Sachidananda. When the aspirant goes through the process of spiritual sadhana and attains the fullness, Purnata, and Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba says, this fullness is also the wholeness. That we also understand that there is only one, and that is that Satchit Ananda. There is only one, the Satchit Ananda. Scriptures say, Jantunam Narajanma Durlabha. After many births, those who have blessed with human form can perform spiritual sadhana to realize the fullness and wholeness aspect of this universe. And he floats on the invisible finite ocean of Satchidananda like a wave floating on the sea, being unaware of the fact that he is integrally one with the ocean. So the spiritual aspirant, when by the divine grace and his sadhana, he attains a state of awareness that he will understand that he is a part, he is a integral part of the consciousness, Satchidananda, then he attains the fullness. Bhagavan Baba explains it more elaborately in Satya Sai Bahini. The mind contacts the objective world and experiences it through the instrumentability of five senses. This aspect of the mind is Indra aspect. It has also another capability. It can master the senses and become aware of the universal inner truth of multiplicity, the objective world. This aspect of the mind is called Rudra. But what does it mean when Bhagavan says that one becomes aware of the universal truth of the multiplicity, the objective world? Bhagavan clarified it later. In order to get Ananda and give Ananda, I separated myself from myself and became all this, Ananda Swarupa and Prema Swarupa. This means by worshipping the universal form of Sri Rudra, there will be only bliss and Ananda in this world. There will be nothing else, other things will be absent. So everybody will be in a blissful and loving state. But in order to attain this state, one has to pass through a process of sadhana. This means by worshipping the universal form of Sri Rudra, there will be one's love and bliss on the surface of the earth. But in order to enjoy this, one has to pass through the process of sadhana by chanting Rudram properly and presenting the mantra from societal angle as Bhagavan desired. Lord Rudra has a luster of transparent rock called Spatika, Suttha Spatika Sankasa. What does it mean? It is very important. If we make a garland of Spatika, then through this garland we can see the thread that holds the garland together. But if we make a garland with any other metal, that may be more attractive or more valuable, but we cannot see the thread by looking at the material that makes the garland. So this is when the entire creation is the form of Sri Rudra and whose luster is transparent like the Spatika, then through that we can understand the divine hand that leads this universe to the path of perfection and path of love and bliss and sacrifice. Who is the unseen? The entire creation is the form of Sri Rudra. Who is the unseen basis and essence of it? So the ever-flowing, ever-expanding and the stream of events, what is called Jagat, is the divine sport of Lila of Sri Rudra. It is a Swachha Spatika Dhara, whose basis and essence is Sri Rudra. So a sincere, faithful aspirant can have a vision of Sri Rudra's divine hand behind everything in this Jagat and devotedly worship his universal form, anything in this universe, and he can attain the fullness and wholeness. Indeed, Sri Rudram, Namakam and Chamakam reveal such glory. As for example, there is a mantra in Rudra Namakam, Medhaya cha Vidyutaya cha Nama. Suppose in one afternoon, immediately there was heavy rainfall with thunder and bolt, thunderbolt and lightning. Everybody was frightened. So in ordinary people only saw the severe rainfall and the thunder and lightning. But the rishis of the world, by their inner eye, he could see that it is a compassionate act of Lord Rudra. So that is why they sang the mantra, Namo Meghaya Vidyutaya Namo. Let us understand how it is. Because in the human being, every cell is made up of protein. Without protein, no cells can be repaired or no new cell can be formed. So without protein, our existence is impossible. The main constitutional protein is nitrogen. Though the atmosphere has got 73% nitrogen, but nitrogen being an inert gas, it is not absorbed in the earth or in the water. So how it will go to our food and how man will get the protein? Scientists say that when nitrogen is converted into nitric oxide, nitric dioxide or nitric trioxide, it can be dissolved in the earth water, but for which 15,000 volts of current is necessary. So that situation is created when there is severe rainfall with thunder and lightning. So it was the divine hand of Lord Rudra to provide protein to all the jivas, including his special creature, human beings, so that they can live well and they can live a blissful life. So the mantra Namo Meghaya cha Vidyutaya cha signifies this, that through the rainfall, the thunder and lightning, we can see the compassionate hand of Sri Rudra. In this way, all the mantras of Namakam, Chamakam, we can see this divine hand of Sri Rudra. Now we'll come to two more important aspects of Rudra Upasana or our spiritual sadhana. Bhagavan says, Veda is charged with vibration of mantras which can be experienced by those who go through the process scientifically. Bhagavan says that every Veda mantra is to be chanted with its proper resonance pattern and proper intonation, understanding its meaning with feeling and devotion. So what happens when we do that? When we chant the mantra with proper resonance pattern, we are blessed with harmony, peace and joy. When you understand the meaning of the mantra and chant it with proper intonation and resonance pattern, we get a meditative state of mind. But when we chant this faithfully and devotedly, our heart is purified. So these three things we get: our harmony, peace, joy, meditative state and purity of spiritual heart. So this is necessary for a man to merge with the divinity. Scientists also have gone through the research to explore the effect of Veda mantra. Dr. T. Tutler of Cleveland University, USA, after elaborated research, has found out when Veda mantras are chanted with proper intonation and resonance pattern, the chanter enjoys an effect called neuro-linguistic effect. And when he chants along with its resonance pattern and intonation, by understanding the meaning of the mantras, then he gets another effect called neuropsychological effect. And both combinedly have got a positive gene expression on the person. The neurons become more creative, his memory increases, and leads a healthy and peaceful life. Then the second aspect, very important. Bhagavan said, since our ancient rishis had no opportunity to present the Veda mantra from a societal angle, the Vedas have been subjected to misconception and criticism. However, if one were to really recognize the understanding of the broader interpretation of Veda mantra, then there is no scope at all for this misconception. So the Veda mantras are to be presented to the people from social angle, how that is useful for them. With this truths in our background, let us try to take some example of worshipping the universal aspect of Lord Rudra as Bhutanath, as Lord of Forest, as Pasupati, as Vaidyanath, and as Mrityunjaya. Worshipping Sri Rudra as Bhutanath, the Lord of all the elements. In the 9th Anubhag of Sri Rudram Chamakam, there is a mantra, Namo Pagum Sabhyaya Cha Rajasyaya Cha. This means my salutation to Sri Rudra, who exists in the universe in atomic particle and invisible dust and in the visible particles of dust. That means my salutation to Sri Rudra, who exists in the invisible atomic particle and invisible dust particle and visible dust particle. We know that matter is constituted of molecules, atoms and subatomic particles such as electron, proton and neutron. No physicist as yet has seen a subatomic particle. They estimate its existence indirectly, but according to the scientists, electrons move in a predestined orbit and every subatomic particle possesses a path memory. So if an invisible particle is thus associated with a consciousness and a willpower, so who is the controller of that? That controller is Sri Rudra. It reaffirms the voice of Shruti Shastra, Tatha Aksharat Sambhavati Vishwa. From the invisible and indestructible Brahma, the Vishwa has come forward. We get unimaginable energy on account of fusion of atom and fission of atom. And then we get enough energy to destroy the world also from these particles. Then the burden lies on us. If this particle is a controller is Sri Rudra, then we should always use it for the benefit of mankind, because he has created this universe only for the purpose of bliss, peace and harmony. So we have no right to prepare atomic warheads and destroy human beings and the earth. According to the UN report, death due to dust pollution kills 70 lakhs people every year. So stop activities to generate PM 2.5, PM 10, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So when we worship Sri Rudra as Bhutanath in the true way, we have to maintain a zero tolerance against dust, air and water pollution. And keep sacredness of the Akasa Mahabhuta by always thinking good, doing good and chanting Veda mantra for the purification of all bhutas. Worshipping Sri Lord Rudra as the Lord of the forest and plants. There is a mantra in the second Anubhag Sri Rudra Chamakam, Namo Satyaya Cha अहंताय च वनानां पतये नमः। नमो रोहिताय स्थपतये वृक्षाणां पतये नमः। My salutation to you, Lord Rudra, who is the eternal charioteer, who is the visible form of the Lord and Master and protector of trees and forest. While the Shruti Shastra directs us to worship the plants and forest as visible form of Rudra, we destroy plants and forest even by taking the highest risk of destroying ourselves as well as our children and grandchildren. Before the modern human civilization setting its foot on the earth, there were 6 trillion trees on the surface of the earth. And within a span of 4 to 5,000 years, we have destroyed 3 trillion trees and continuously cutting more than 1,000 crores of trees per annum. Plants provide us food, they provide us our clothing, shelter, household material, medicine, soil health, rain, oxygen, and others carbon dioxide. William E. Friedman, the director Institute of Evolutionary Biology, Harvard University, once, plants are marvel of evolution. Plants permit life on the earth. Without plants, there will be no storage on earth. Destruction of trees from the surface of the earth in such a large scale have resulted in the warmer earth, the warmer atmosphere, and warmer sea, resulting in climate change. Another hand, Harvard School of Medicine, after their elaborate research, has found that spending time amidst trees and forests, we have got so much benefits. Our behavioral problem reduces 17%. Heartbeat becomes slower, 8.5%. Stress hormone release is fall by 12%. There is no higher blood pressure, there is no heart stroke, there is no high blood sugar, and there is no obesity problem. Afforestation is a boost to agricultural economy. Agroforestation as a boost to agricultural economy is a wonderful concept. Apart from the economy, integrating about 2% of forest area with agricultural land, there will be following benefits. Sediment reduction will be 5%, carbon retention will in the soil will be 2% more, nitrogen retention will be 11% more, and crop production increased by 12 to 20%, and 40,000 gallons of more rainwater shall be absorbed by increasing the groundwater body. Worshipping Lord Rudra as Pasupati. Worshipping Sri Rudra as Pasupati. In Rudram Chamakam 8th Anubhag, we have a chant, Namo Sangaya cha Pasupataye cha Namo. My salutation to Lord Rudra, who gives happiness and who is the Lord of all beings, Pasus. Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba in Dharma Vahini has told, Pasu and Pasupati are one and inseparable. Pasyati iti Pasu. Whenever one accepts the world of names and forms as true and capable of giving him pleasure, eternal pleasure, like a Pasu, we get attached to the external world. And as an outcome of this ignorance, we get caught up in the wave of desire, anger, greed, and depression. We lose our discrimination faculty of intellect and sunk deep into ocean of worldliness. Dhyayato visayan pumsa sangasti supajayati sangat sanjayati kama kamat krodha vijayati krodat bhavati sammoha sammohat shruti viprama shruti bhasmat buddhinasa prastati. So Shruti Shastra at this juncture also helps us to say for liberation and bliss. Eko vasi sarva bhutantaratma ekam rupam bahudaja karoti tamatmastam je anupasyanti dhira tesam sukham saswatam netaresam. It is for this reason, while performing yajna, animal sacrifice is a symbolic act of offering our animal tendency in the sacred fire. So to worship Lord Rudra as Pasupati, we have to make sacrifice in the three areas. The first area, shunning of our animal tendencies such as desire, anger, greed, stealing and quarreling, etc. Second area, taking care of all animals, both in domestic and wild, for ecological balance, agricultural productivity and rural economy and employment. Third area, learning and practicing good values from animals. Hard work and sacrifice from beavers who build only dams for the others' happiness and others' good health. And dynamism and alertness from deer. And living together and obedience to mother from elephant. Love and compassion from the cow. And trust and unconditional love from the dog. Sri Rudra is adored as Amdhasaspati in the 10th Anubhag of Rudram Chamakam. All beings is the dispenser of food. All beings those exist on the earth are born of food. Annat by Prajna Pradarshani. The Annamaya Kosha in man is made up of the juice of food. Sava Esha Purusha Annarasamaya. The Lord, the food we eat should be pure so that we can have purity in Pranamaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Manamaya Kosha, so that they can work harmoniously with Annamaya Kosha for spiritual sadhana. Healthy food intake habit has got a positive contribution for our lifestyle and attitude to life, and lifestyle and health and longevity. Today, food scientists have discovered the positive gene expression has got a scientific bearing on the diet we take. Food factor that turns good genes on. Genome is the total of DNA in a person. It is 99% same for all persons, all human beings, but varies only 0.1% from person to person. This difference makes individual to respond differently to diet and drugs. When you eat a diet, all compound of it gets metabolized to provide energy to the body. But some compound remains as a special molecule which is called, without being metabolized, it is called ligand. Ligand binds to protein involved, turning certain genes on and certain genes off. Healthy diet produces the ligand that turn disease-creating genes off and disease-preventing genes on. This is the Vaidyanath aspect of Sri Rudra. Automatically there is arrangement in our body. When you take a proper food, then our genes, they get off and on to protect us from the diseases. Professor Dean Ornish, head of the Department of Preventive Medicine, California University, having conducting experiment 30 prostate cancer patients, was astonished and delighted that Sattvic food correct concept of Indian culture and spirituality is true. So let us worship Lord Rudra as Vaidyanath as below. Eat balanced diet out of Sattvic food for good health, happiness and good environment and ecosystem. Produce optimum quantity of food by adopting organic agriculture and horticulture. don't waste food and eat it. And that will contribute to more GHG, greenhouse gas increase in the atmosphere. Offer food prayer before eating. In this way, there is no limit to worshipping the universal form of Lord Rudra. Every mantra of Sri Rudram Chamakam is a visible and or invisible grace of Sri Rudra, which can be utilized by every individual for the benefit of himself and building a collective psychic for the golden age on earth. The mantra of the immortality is an unconditional grace of Lord Rudra, as Mrityunjaya. It is Mahamrityunjaya mantra. Trayambakam jadamahe sugandhim pushtivarthanam purvarukam iva bandhana mrityumukhiya mamamurtat. Here the Rishi, they have mentioned a type of fruit called Urvaruka. Urvaruka means it is a cucumber. Cucumber is a fruit that till it is totally ripe, it is fixed in the creeper itself. When it is totally ripe, then it can be smoothly taken away from the creeper. Or any other fruit, they may fall before they are ripe. So a devotee who is ever connected with Sri Rudra, the universal form, and in true way worship him, like a cucumber to its creeper, till it's ripe, attains the gama, and after death of physical body merges with the divinity. Death becomes a stepping stone to immortality. So at the end I say, Namaste astu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya Trayambakaya Tripurantakaya Trikaktikaraya Kalatni Rudraya Nilakantaya Mrityunjayaya Trayambakaya Tripurantakaya Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya.
Om Sri Sai Ram. With the loving pranams at the lotus feet of our dear Lord Sai, I begin the summarization of this brilliant and illuminating talk rendered with great humility, devotion, as an humble offering to Bhagavan Baba by Sri Sachidananda Nayak ji. On behalf of all the participants, on behalf of Sri Sathya Sai Samyukta Shruti Shreni of Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organization, India, I profusely thank Sri Sachidananda Nayak ji for this brilliant lecture and for wonderfully explaining to us on why, where, when, how aspects of worshipping the universal form of Sri Rudra. Sir, you started on the note that chanting Rudram purifies heart, leads us to equanimity. Chanting Rudram, by knowing its meaning, will change our attitude and will lead us to contribute towards the welfare of the world. The bhava for loka samasta sukhino bhavantu will be enhanced manifold in us. You referred to the Shruti Shastra path for getting such an understanding. Here, you provided us important illuminating aspects of Sri Rudra related to his might, tranquility, immortality, Devasura Namaskruta Tattvam, Aksharatvam, Avyayatvam, Vishwarupam, Mahimanvitam, and Adrushya Tattvam are emptiness. You emphasized on the importance of understanding this Adrushya Tattvam, emptiness, to understand the universe or Vishwarupam. You took us to the explanation provided by Bhagwan Baba on Vishwarupam and the nuclear process related to the transformation of matter, energy, and to a different matter. And further reminded us on Swami's words that this emptiness means an unbounded vastness filled with unseen and infinite ocean of Sachidananda. Here, you aptly brought in the message of Lord Krishna from Bhagavad Gita, Maya tadamidam sarvam, so on, which says that he is the basis of all that exists, and so on. You again reminded us on Swami's message that sadhana is important to get this understanding and purnata, fullness. And the message from Sri Sathya Sai Vahini related to Indra aspect, that is how senses interact with the objective world, and the Rudra aspect, that is how senses can be mastered. Sir, you have also connected us with the Swami's words on the societal angle of Vedam chanting. Here, you took us to the inner meaning of Spatika, Shuddha Spatika Shankasham. A sincere sadhaka, a sincere aspirant can have a vision of Sri Rudra's divine hand behind everything in this Charachara Jagat. Here you elaborated it by explaining how rishis could see divine blessings behind thunder and lightning, which usually is perceived with fear by common people. Here, you provided a modern scientific explanation on how thunder and lightning bring nitrogen gas into soil to provide proteins, its important component. We all know that proteins are essential for human life. Next, you reminded all of us on Swami's message through Professor Douglas from Cleveland University's scientific exploration on Vedic mantras. You told us that the neuro-linguistic effect and neuro-psychological effect will make our neurons more active, creative, and increase our memory and helps us to lead a healthy and peaceful life as the outcome of the scientific exploration on Vedic mantra chanting. To explain the societal angle of Sri Rudram, you elaborated on the inner meaning of Bhutanath, Vananam Pataye Namaha, Pashupati, Vaidyanath, Mrityunjaya, etc. While talking on Bhutanath, you took us to the ninth Anuvaka of Sri Rudram, where the omnipresence aspect is well explained. Anoraniyam Mahato Mahiyam. You reminded us that we have no right to prepare warheads that would destroy humans and earth, which has been created for bliss, harmony, and peace. While talking on Akasha Mahabhuta, you related it to the purification process. You related Vananam Pataye Namaha to Rudra as plants providing food, clothing, shelter, medicine, household items, oxygen, rain, etc., and elaborated on how plants support life on earth and how its destruction can cause climate change. You recall the outcome of scientific research of Harvard University on benefits like reducing behavioral problems, stress reduction, no rise in BP or blood sugar or heartbeat by spending time amidst nature in forests. While talking about Pashupati aspect of Bhagwan, you took us to Dharmavahini and Kathopanishad's message that Eko Vashi Sarva Bhutantaratma. So, sacrifice in yajna means giving up animal tendencies like anger, greed, desire, lust, etc., and taking care of all animals and learning good lessons from birds and animals like hard work with sacrifice from beaver birds, dynamism and alertness from deer, obedience from elephant, love and compassion from cow, honesty from dog, etc. Sir, while explaining Rudra as Lord of Food, you explained how special molecules of food turn into ligands and assist proteins to turn off the disease-causing genes and turn on disease-preventing genes. This you call as the Vaidyanath aspect of Rudra. Here you also refer to the positive effect of sattvic food in dealing with prostate cancer, a finding from California University research conducted by Dr. Vernish, head of the Department of Preventive Medicine. Finally, you concluded by taking us to the unconditional grace and love of Sri Rudra in the form of Mrityunjaya mantra. Here you took us to the inner meaning of Urvaru, cucumber, the way it is attached till it is completely ripe to the creeper, so too a sadhaka should be connected to Rudra till his last breath. Sir, you have generously, lovingly, meticulously illuminated us with the spiritual knowledge that you have obtained over several years of dedicated penance at the lotus feet of our dear Lord Sai. On behalf of all the participants, on behalf of Sri Sathya Sai Samyukta Srisheni, once again, profusely thank you for your generous sharing of such rich spiritual knowledge, and pray to Bhagwan to bless you and your family with love and grace and strength to remain forever in Sai fold and to serve him to the best of your abilities as you are doing now. Once again, I thank you for such generous sharing. Jai Sai Ram.
ॐ जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वरा ॐ जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतिका आश्रित कल्पलतिका आपदान्धवा ॐ जय जगदीश हरे मातपिता गुरुदैवमु मरियन्तयु नीवे स्वामी मरियन्तयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्रशयन ॐ जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी हो साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगल आरती अंधुको मंगल आरती अंधुको मंदर गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई